For over 20 years, the Atlantic Mayors Congress has provided a forum for exchanging ideas and a unified voice for municipal leaders in Atlantic Canada. The Summerside edition has a particular focus on addressing housing and homelessness, with sessions engaging community, provincial, and national perspectives.
I'm Alan Dale from Gale Force Winds, and it's a great pleasure to be here at the Atlantic Mayors Congress in beautiful Summerside, Prince Edward Island, on day 2. Day 1 saw an incredible amount of collaboration, great conversation, people sharing ideas for the betterment of all of their communities. So great to see. Why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us what you're up to.
Yes, absolutely. I'm Bourgeault with Colliers Project Leaders. I'm the Director of Infrastructure Services for Eastern Canada, and I'm here to present on zero-emission bus programs and the work that we're doing in that particular space with the transit agencies.
Give us a bit of a snapshot of your presentation.
Yeah, so essentially we've been working with municipalities across Canada on the execution of their zero-emission bus programs.
Okay.
Many municipalities, one of our biggest clients in Atlantic is the Halifax Regional Municipality, as well as the Cape Breton Regional Municipalities.
Okay.
And we've been really helping them in different capacities, whether it's project management, full services, or change management, risk management, and really exploring all of the aspects of these projects and how we can successfully help them to execute them and to have these projects running smoothly from beginning to end.
It's a big undertaking, right? To convert your entire fleet over,
definitely,
and electrify it. You know, in terms of a time frame, how long would it take a community to kind of make that full electrification?
Well, we say start early, as early as you can. Realistically, you know, from what we've seen in the industry, is it can take a couple of years from the time the bus is ordered to the time the garages are upgraded, the power is brought to the site, the charging stations are installed, the people are trained to use the new equipment, and that policies and procedures are also updated within the team running with the projects. It can take, you know, 3-4 years, and so start early.
You know, the electric vehicle market is moving fast.
Yes.
The technology is constantly in motion. Is it the same way in larger vehicles, like in buses?
Yes, and so I would say the technology is slowing down.
Okay.
It has in a couple of years, and people are getting more comfortable using it. But there's a lot of challenges when it comes to unionized environments that you need to adapt all of the training and the procedures on how to operate them, how to clean them, how to respond to en route incidents from an emergency management perspective.
Right.
So there's these different aspects that are coming out, and we've been seeing through our projects that it's really complicated. It's not simply just replacing a diesel bus with an electric bus.
Right. Yeah. And of course, with every one of those sort of complications, well, if we want to call it that, creates another opportunity, right?
Yeah.
You know, so in fire services and stuff, training needs to be done, and certainly in the automotive side, you know, the different training. So again, right, that provides an opportunity for upskilling people.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And one of the biggest things that we've learned from these projects is really the change management aspect of it, and making sure that everyone involved has been considered, from the planning to the maintenance to the cleaners to the emergency management, making sure that everyone has what they need to be able to operate it at the end of the day, because and it's a big education moment for everyone, I think, in this space, because it's new and people are afraid of new technologies in general. And so by helping and working alongside these municipalities, we can really you know, share success stories from across Canada and how we've implemented it in other municipalities, and what are the things to consider, and that's really where we are the most helpful.
And I love that, right? Because there'd be many municipalities say, okay, we're going to electrify our fleet here. How do we do that? And you're the you're the organization that you can kind of go to and say, look, here are some of the things you're going to encounter along the way.
Exactly.
Let's start focusing on these early and the like. I love that.
Yeah.
You mentioned success. You said, so I want to dive into that just for a moment.
Yeah.
Can you identify one great success story that you've had?
I will say the one thing that, having our clients having the foresight to recognize that there's a gap in the whole change management piece of it. It's such an important component that sometimes is not considered or factored in too late in the project. And the Halifax Regional Municipalities, kudos to them to recognizing that need and going out for external support in order to get to make sure that the project is going to be a success. And so we're not done, but we are on the right track, and we've identified, I would say, 70 lessons learned or things that need to be factored into these projects, and we're coming up with a plan to execute it. And so hopefully I'll be back in a couple of years with the project completed. I will say that across Canada, every municipality is looking at different things and how they're going to be working with these types of projects, and hopefully we have some success stories to share in the years to come, for sure.
Well, this is a perfect example of why you don't need to reinvent the wheel. No. You guys have been down the path. We certainly appreciate your perspective, and thank you very much for the conversation. Merci.
Thank you for having me.
For over 20 years, the Atlantic Mayors Congress has provided a forum for exchanging ideas and a unified voice for municipal leaders in Atlantic Canada. The Summerside edition has a particular focus on addressing housing and homelessness, with sessions engaging community, provincial, and national perspectives.